the world is going through an unprecedented crisis due to the spread of pandemic COVID-2019. Never ever has the entire world got affected in such a manner. Social distancing and lockdown has virtually shut the world for business, and the experts are predicting an unseen and unimagined forthcoming recession. While the scientists and pharmaceutical experts world over are working towards providing a cure and probably a preventive for COVID-19, governments are trying to control the spread of the pandemic through multiple regressive but deemed necessary measures. All the countries are also trying to provide fiscal and monetary stimulus to soften the impact of the shutdown and the looming recession. The effectiveness or otherwise of these packages, naturally with the above happening, the capital markets world over have seen an unprecedented correction from their levels in early March 2020. The ferocity of this selling has taken the pundits by surprise and has led to some amount of panic amongst the governments and regulators. However, in the midst of all this chaos and panic, there certainly lurks some opportunity for patient and long-term investors. Indian capital markets have also seen unprecedented volatility and correction. However, one has to remember that a critical factor in India's fiscal balance has been the global oil prices, and the same has corrected significantly over the last few weeks. This augurs well for Indian fiscal balance. While the global central banks have pumped enough and more liquidity into their system, eventually once things settle down, this liquidity will look for returns, and subject to the fact that India is able to contain and control the pandemic at a reasonable level, we should see global money flocking to India in the not too distant future. India has to do quite a lot to control the pandemic and get its house in order. We anyway were in the midst of a slowdown, and the government fiscal deficit, which will significantly go up consequent upon the incentives being provided now, will need to be controlled and managed well. All superfluous and unrelated spendings need to be avoided. If India can continue to walk on the path of fiscal prudence after containing the pandemic, we think that Indian markets and investors in Indian securities will be rewarded in the longer term.